Well, good morning. My name is Paul, and this is Life After 70. And I want to explain a little bit about my channel, this channel. I have another channel on YouTube that I started about 10 years ago, and it was primarily because of some things that I was doing that I thought might be interesting to people that were my age, and kind of the crazy stuff I do or the possibilities of doing crazy stuff. So anyway, I started this other channel about 10 years ago, and I got my private pilot's license at 70, and I'm 78 years old right now. And then I got into EVs, and a lot of my main channel is on electric vehicles and my experience with it, and a lot of technical stuff, a lot of interesting things for people that are thinking about an EV. But anyway, back to the subject of this channel. The reason I started this channel, which I started just a week ago, is because I am 78 again, and I'm getting a puppy, and I am getting a high energy puppy. So it's going to be interesting to see. And I thought that it would be interesting to people that are later in life, like I am, and what happens when you take on something like this. It's a big commitment, obviously, and a lot of thought goes into something like this. It's not something that just happened. There's a backstory to it all, but the bottom line is I'm getting the puppy, and she'll be ready for me in 5 weeks. I'm very, very excited about it. I'm sitting in my car right now ready to take my morning walk, and I'd like to talk to you about it. So I'm going to talk to you when I'm on my walk, a little bit about the experience that I've had so far and the exciting news about being able to see my puppy for the first time this week. So really exciting, and stick with me and let's go on my walk, and I'll tell you all about it. So this is really kind of a daily routine for my wife and I. We both go out and walk about 3 miles every morning, 2.5, 3 miles. And we have our favorite place to walk. We not only enjoy the exercise, but we need the exercise. My wife is not with me this morning. She took a day off from walking, so I thought it'd be a good time to do this video. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about getting my puppy, who is now, today, she is, 3 weeks old today. And we get to pick her up at 5 weeks, or excuse me, at 8 weeks. We pick up our puppy, and we're can hardly wait. I mean, it's just so exciting. This is something that I've wanted for a long, long time. Our last pet, as I said in the previous video, we lost about 5 to 7 years ago. It's losing track of time at this stage of my life. But I've wanted a puppy, or I've wanted a dog, and I've missed having a dog. And this is an opportunity now for me to get out and take on some more challenges, which I always love. I just love to do things that are challenging. And on my other channel I just was talking about, I've done a lot of challenging things that I look back on now and say, what was I thinking when I did those things? But I'm no regrets. I'm glad I did those things. I'm glad I learned some new things, and I want to keep doing that. So anyway, Chili Pepper is the name we gave our dog, and she's a miniature Australian Shepherd, and she's probably going to be in the under 20 pound range is what we expect, about 15 pounds. But it was my wife's birthday this week. And so we went over in Southern California. We live in Southern California. We went over to the coast to Rancho Santa Fe, and we booked a couple nights over there in a hotel to get away for her birthday. And on the way, we stopped in a town called Norco, where the breeder lives, and made arrangements to stop by and meet Chili Pepper for the first time. And I'll tell you what, I was excited before, but after meeting Chili Pepper, I just can't wait. It was a bit frustrating because, in some respects, because I wanted her now. But we couldn't pick her up. The breeder held her. But the breeder is very particular about making sure that the dogs aren't introduced to something that could be harmful to the breed or to the litter. And so we just, had to kind of look at her and wish we could hold her, but it sure was exciting. I'll tell you, all puppies are cute. How could you not love a puppy? But I just am so excited about this. And I know the challenges I'm taking on. This is a big deal. It's a big decision. It's the last dog in our lifetime. I hope I outlive the dog, and I hope my wife does too. But we realize what we're getting into, and we've made arrangements in case something does happen to us for the dog. So I feel good that we're going to give this dog really a great life, and I think it's never too late for anybody, as long as you think ahead and prepare yourself maybe for any changes that may happen to you in your life. So I hope that that I can. Well, I know that I'm going to have the energy for this dog. I can't wait to take the dog on my walks with me. I can't wait to train the dog. I want her to learn new things. This is a breed that needs to learn. And I certainly want to teach, and I'm learning right now, watching all these videos on YouTube on training this breed. I know what I'm getting into. My wife does, and she's 100% on board with this, and I wouldn't have done it, wouldn't have pushed forward with it until she was ready. And so this will be a really fun experience. And the reason I created this channel, and the reason I hope you're watching this channel, is because maybe you're my age and you're thinking about doing this too, and I thought it would be interesting to people my age to see what I go through with this, because I want to take this process forward with showing some of the things that the good and the bad of what happens having a puppy. We're already buying gifts and toys and everything. My wife is loving spending money on Amazon right now to make sure the puppy has everything. This puppy won't be wanting for much. It's going to have what it needs. This morning I was looking at investigating pet insurance, for the veterinary costs and things like that, and whether it's smart to buy insurance or not. And there's a lot of things that go into that, answering that question. But anyway, there's some of the things that as I learn more, I'll share more. One of the things that happened to us early on in this process of looking for an Australian Shepherd, breeders, 90+% of them automatically dock the tails. They remove the tails when they're puppies. And it has to happen in the first 5 days after they're born. And my wife and I both wanted the puppy to keep its tail. We love the expressions that the tail offers, the wagging of tails. I know you get the waggling butt with Australian Shepherd if the tail's removed, but we just like having the tail on the dog. That's the way they're born, and that's where we wanted it. And that really forced us into making a decision when we found the right litter, the right breeder that we were comfortable with. It forced us into the decision of choosing the puppy before it was 5 days old. So we happened to find this breeder that had a litter. The parents looked really good. I liked everything about it, the mom and dad dog. And so this litter was born 4 days before we made the decision to buy or to move forward with this puppy. And Chili Pepper has a tail. All the other dogs in the litter no longer have tails. And I know there's it's a controversial thing, and there's a lot of emotion behind this issue. But for us personally, we wanted the tail. It's just that simple. I don't fault people that want to keep the breed or keep the dogs true to the breed, which is what our breeder said is that's the reason she does it, is because she wants to keep the breed true. And I get that, I understand that. But since it's going to be our dog living with us and a big part of our lives for the next 15, 17 years, we just wanted to have the dog as it was born. So there's that. Anyway, so if you're wanting this breed, Australian Shepherd with a tail, you're likely going to have to make a decision real soon. In Europe, they legally cannot remove the tails. But in the United States, they can and they do, and so that's just a personal decision that you're going to make if you're looking for this breed. Anyway, I think you're going to find this breed to be extremely interesting in how I do with it, because they are energetic, and she is going to need a lot of work constantly. She's going to change my life and my wife's life too, both of our lives, maybe in some unimaginable ways. And maybe it's all for the good. Maybe there's, I don't know, but we're committed, and we will do the right thing for Chili Pepper no matter what. And I hope that that you'll come along and kind of watch this channel that I created for her and my experience with raising her. I'm going to leave a link down below to my other channel if any of you are interested in looking at things like electric cars or me learning to fly when I turned 70. That channel goes back about 10 years, and it is just things that I've been doing, but I felt like this adventure with Chili Pepper would be, she deserves her own channel, because there's going to be a lot of content of just pictures of, videos of her learning new things and growing up. And I think if you're interested in the breed, or you're thinking about doing what we're doing, I hope that you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope that you'll come back and join me for some of the adventures. So anyway, I'm going to close this out. I appreciate you coming along with my walk. I stopped walking because I was making so much crunching noise here, so I'm going to get back on it here. I got to get back on the trail. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and I hope I'll see you back soon. Thanks. Bye.